Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at noon. It's Monday, April 13, 2026. I'm Akeem Oret. Police are investigating a shooting at a carnival after party in St. Andrew that left 3 men hospitalized, 1 in critical condition. The incident happened at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center during the Big Wall event and involved popular vlogger Jade Richards, also known as J Free. Police reports say upon leaving the bathroom and reaching the door, Jeffrey saw Javel Morrison, otherwise called Javi Ambassador, a music producer who boxed him to the face. Immediately after this, a group of about 15 men started attacking him, one of whom pulled a firearm and pointed it at him. Jeffrey reportedly grabbed onto the firearm and disarmed the man. He says Javi pulled a firearm from his waist area and pointed it at him whilst he was being attacked by the group of men. Jeffrey also reported that Javi Ambassador opened gunfire in his direction. The complainant, who had disarmed the man and had the firearm, returned fire while running away from them. He then ran to a police officer to seek assistance and handed over the firearm to the police. He then felt a burning sensation to his left lower back and realized he was shot. He was transported to hospital where he is currently undergoing treatment. Another Trevor Tweet, who's said to be of a part of 450's crew, was shot and injured and transported to hospital and is currently undergoing surgery. Another male, Jeremy Watson, who is said to be a bystander, was shot and injured and is also being treated at the University Hospital of the West Indies. A Glock 9mm pistol was taken from Morrison, who is reported to be a licensed firearm holder. A 9mm Gen 5 pistol was the weapon handed over to the police by J Free. As the agriculture sector continues to regain its footing from the most previous natural disaster, Isratech, along with other partners of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, have collaborated to support farmers. During the International Year of the Female Farm and National Farmers Month, the ministry is rebuilding the industry with more resilience. Crystal Williams tells us more.
By nature, Jamaican farmers are resilient people, according to Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green. Minister Green says since the last major disaster, farmers have shown that if provided with adequate support, they will drive recovery efforts.
Almost everything your heart desire is in the market in abundance. The only thing you might complain about is banana and plantain. But it is coming. That take about 7 months. So, you can put your pot on fire. We're in month number 6, give us 2 more. Give us 2 more. 7 to 9 months by month 8. Because that is how our farmers are working.
Speaking at the Resilience Farm Tour launch in Manchester on Wednesday, Minister Green adds that direct intervention and investment in farmers with the support of entities such as Isratech, RADA and AgroInvest go a long way. He says practical climate resilient support will be made available based on a data-driven approach.
They're going to literally visit the farms and do farm assessments. You know, sometimes, even if you don't get any item, just having a technical expert come and look at your farm and tell you how to change something as simple as how you design your farm might give you greater productivity and yield. Because if all of us agree that the climate has changed, then we can't be farming the same way we farmed 20 years ago.
Denver Thorpe, the regional manager for the Jamaica Agricultural Society, concurs that this initiative aligns with efforts that ensure members are not only recovering, but rebuilding stronger and more sustainably.
Building resilience is no longer an option, but an essential part of our way of life. It requires partnership, innovation, and a shared commitment to safeguarding our food system and rural livelihoods.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
To a follow-up to our top story, organizers say there were no major incidents reported during the Carnival Road March. Chairman of Carnival in Jamaica, Kamal Banki, says he's unable to comment on the reported shooting, noting that the matter is under investigation and that Big Wall is hosted by different event organizers. However, he says he's confident in the effectiveness of the security measures implemented for the annual events.
Yes, I mean, every year, we sit at the table and we just discuss security and safety, and we engage the JCF for support for whatever is necessary. And they support us. And of course, we make sure that, everybody knows what the JCF is doing and, what all the security providers are going to be doing for the different bands that Carnival in Jamaica has as its road parade spectacle.
Despite the ebb and flow and the weather challenges during the first quarter of the year, fishermen have been staying the course of living off the sea. More from a visit to a fishing village in the corporate area during what's considered a bite window.
April brings a rush to seaside fishing villages across the island. However, along a stretch in Kingston 13 just off Marcus Garvey Drive, the demand is particularly high for a special type of low-end fish that's a yearly luxury.
So we're at Greenwich Farm and things are heating up because a boat not too long coming with fresh sprat.
Yes, you know fish too dear so them can't buy, so you buy a weight of sprat them can fry it and the whole family can share.
Kevin anchored his canoe in good spirits, unlike others who went out from as early as 5 a.m. and returned with empty nets.
Well, we go about 2 hours ago and we just spread them and put them in, shoot them, then run with the net and we have to swim, tie on a buckle and get back the net, and then we just come inside and get them off. Picking them off now, try to get them sold.
So how far did you have to go? Because everybody know that it's Easter time and everybody wants sprat. Actually, some people say them can't get no sprat, so this is a lucky thing.
You get sprat today, and normally we don't have sprat on Easter because we hardly can find them, right? So today is a lucky day that we go out and God bless you to have a food.
Like the area which has had its own share of trauma, there are periods when the fishermen hit a snag.
During the year, we catch them a lot and we don't get sale for them like, we don't really want to get it. Because enough time, we're here till 3-4 o'clock at night, picking them off. Nobody to buy them, so you have to buy ice them up. In the morning, you don't get enough ice, some of them spoil. You have to throw them, get the bird. You catch them, you don't get no buyer. We have to get the bird them, send them go town. We cannot stay and sell because out there selling, police are run with them. We have to run, hide with scale, So we're in a problem.
So your time now?
Well, so we have to give thanks to the little time we get now, and we get the fish, so we can shine.
Many youngsters are already spending hours at sea too, but they assured CVM News it's not a trade-off for school.
How far out do you go? What's the name of the area where you go to get this type of fish?
Okay, we can really go as far as the cement company, flour mill, Harborview. On the dem side now, you can go to get this platinum right now.
While there's no control over the weather or the weight, unfortunately, what's controllable hangs in the balance.
It's not every day we have this. So if we have 2 or 3 days and we raise the price, it won't be a big deal. Because it's not every day. Sometimes we catch a fish and we'd like sell it for 2,000 and we'll sell it for 1,000 because we have more than what we can sell.
Curlin Brown, CVM News.
Calls are mounting for the government and employers to do more to help the elderly as more Jamaicans retire into uncertainty in what experts describe as a rapidly aging society. The concerns were raised at a health fair in Clarendon for seniors hosted by the Lay Magistrates Association of Jamaica. Amoy Harriet reports.
Nearly 15% of Jamaica's population are people aged 60 years and older. That's close to 400,000 Jamaicans. And if today's fertility trends continue, the health ministry says the elderly population could be larger than the young by 2058. But despite living in an aging population, some say support for the elderly remains limited. For many retirees, the reality is the same. Little income, rising costs of living, and a limited access to care.
What I've noticed over the years is that our senior justices who would have give their service for over a number of years, they have been left alone and forgotten.
Michael Thomas is a Justice of the Peace in Clarendon. The Clarendon chapter of the Lay Magistrates Association of Jamaica hosted a health fair in the parish on Wednesday for senior Justices of the Peace and elderly residents. Part of the issue, Mr. Thomas says, is the failure to treat the country's older population as a priority.
Person who would have worked over the years, and when they are retired, it seems as if they have forgotten, right? And this is not only within the Justice of the Peace or the Lay Magistrate. It is right across. And we would have loved for the government or the heads of organization to see this as a priority, because we ourselves will be getting there at some point in time.
That aside, there's also a push for seniors to be better equipped with the tools to take better care of their health. It's why JP Debbie Otti Golding says the health fair provided several free services for seniors.
So they're getting their blood pressure checks, their blood sugar checks, cholesterol, PSA, they're getting their nutrition counseling and doctor's counseling and much more. So we're just encouraging them to practice healthy lifestyle habits, because we want to take care of our seniors, and by practicing healthy lifestyle habits, eating healthy, participating in practical physical activity sessions, which we did here today.
The parish has benefited tremendously from this. Our senior citizens, especially our senior citizens, they have benefited tremendous. They can leave today with knowing their numbers and whatever the status of their blood pressure, their cholesterol, their prostate, whatever it may be, they are able to say what it is today because of this initiative.
Amoy Harriet, CVM News.
We take a break. More when we return.
It's tax time. There are now 2 due dates for filing final income tax returns. All personal income tax returns, such as self-employed persons, individuals, partners, and partnerships, must file and pay their income tax returns by March 16. For corporate bodies, your income tax return is now due April 15. The due dates for all estimated tax returns filings and quarterly payments remain the same: March 15, June 15, September 15, and December 15. Visit jamaicatax.gov.gm or call 888-TAX-HELP for details. Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
In need of a loan? AIM Financial is the place to go. We have loans from $20,000 to $3.3 million. Get a loan to pay school or college tuition, medical expenses, bills, fix up your house, buy furniture and appliances, repair or buy a car. And when you're done, take a vacation loan. AIM has a loan for any purpose. Call AIM today. You won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed. Hey, what's up,
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
Watagwan.
Watagwan.
Datagwan.
Watagwan.
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
Welcome back to CVM News at noon. Earlier in the newscast, we told you about a shocking incident that unfolded during a Carnival after party where popular podcaster Jadee Richards, also known as Jay Frey, was among 3 people shot in St. Andrew. The incident has since raised concerns about just how safe these events are and whether the right measures are in place to protect patrons. Joining us now for this conversation is criminologist and security expert Dr. Jason Mackay. Good afternoon, Dr. Mackay.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
What's your initial reaction to the shooting?
It's an unfortunate incident. I wouldn't use it to judge whether or not these events are secure or not, because you can't use one incident to even judge one event, much less all events. It is difficult to avoid circumstances like this, especially when it happens when you're leaving the venue. I'm not sure exactly where this incident took place, if it took place as they were exiting or if it took place on the premises. But if it takes place as you're exiting, then there's nothing the security controls can do about it. If it takes place on the property, then you really shouldn't be allowing licensed firearm holders into a venue like that. There's normally a system in place where you can keep the guns for them. FLA sometimes does this service, as well as their private security companies that do it as well, where they will park an armored truck there and you hand over your weapons before. Now that changes when it's the entertainment themselves which is coming into the venue, because no such controls usually exist there. And what my experience in my days of securing venues like this is, you would see the artist turn up with an entourage of 40 people and he's behind the 40 people. And whilst you're trying to process the 40 people to say who should come in and who shouldn't and search, he's getting very annoyed and angry and starts threatening not to perform and so on and so forth. So there's chaos. Historically, I can recall it being a pretty chaotic situation. But again, I don't know what happened in this particular case, but it is difficult to ensure that licensed firearm holders don't come onto a venue like this, especially if they are part of the artist's entourage.
Well, Jay Frey said he was going to the bathroom when he was attacked by these men, and we often hear about heavy policing at these events. Do you think this is enough, considering that we've seen violent incidents like this before?
How police can you do an event? It's not close protection security that you're going to have. If you know you're in enough problems with people that you can't even go to the bathroom without coming under attack, then you need to have your own close protection detail. You can't expect the promoter to ensure that every single person has a close protection detail attached to them. There's a reasonable standard of security expected. So if it was a matter where they attempted to rob him, for example, it would be disturbing, because you should have something. But even that is difficult to prevent if you've allowed 10,000 people into an event, and you don't know who these people are, what their intentions are. So your own personal awareness has to be there. But you can do something as the promoter by ensuring that guns don't come onto the property as much as you possibly can, and ensuring that that's something about your artist management and your talent when they get there that you get to do a similar type of check. But I can tell you from experience, it's very difficult to handle that aspect of it.
So what are these events lacking then in terms of security measures? Where are the gaps?
I don't think there's necessarily a gap. I mean, I wouldn't know enough about this event to comment on what type of security they were lapsing or not. But generally, I think our standard of security at entertainment, big entertainment events, is in keeping with world standards, and in many cases better. But the standard of the average security guy I've seen at big shows all over the world is way below what I've seen in Jamaica. You know, so you normally see some guys in shorts and polo shirts with security around their neck, something hanging on like that. They're generally not, very well trained or licensed type of people. Those are the ones I've seen. The ones that I'm seeing in Jamaica, they are PSRA licensed. There's reputable security companies most of the time. There's a lot of off-duty police. And there's a lot of police that are mandated to work there in uniform because it is a requirement. So we're at a much higher tier in respect of how we secure our venues than most countries.
It appears firearm holders were allowed to enter the event with their weapons, and you were alluding to it earlier, which is unlikely what we usually